Brought to you by the new Pharaoh's Lounge Kickstarter. 9 days to go. Lineups, lineups, and more lineups. As you know, I won the Bills Detroit Lions game. $8,000. Should have been 100, but these 19 other selfish pieces of shit had to split the pie with me because they copied my lineups. Fuck them all. I hope the money brings them no happiness. Fuck them. Fuck them all. We're just being bitter. Anyway, let's do this shit. Lineups. Lineups and more lineups. Buccaneers. Browns. Take all the best cards and line them up. You know how we do this shit. We take all the cards, discards impossible. Then we work backwards to get rid of the deficit. Try to hold on to the cards that will score. Make us some money to buy up at some whores. You think I have a problem? I do. I do. I had to take a break from making lineups, but the girl that I called hasn't answered. So it looks like I'm not taking a break. Yes, I have a problem. Big problem. I'm okay though. I've learned to live with it. Yes. Chris, do we have Chris Godwin already? Yes, that was Godwin. So Leonard Fournette is out. See what's going on with Lenny. Touchdown Lenny. Donovan Peoples. Fucking Jones. Give me the people. Where's the peoples? The peoples. Rashad White. Deshaun Watson still out, huh? He's not in. Oh yeah, he's in at the Texans game. So, all right, all these guys are nothing. Let's get back up to Kareem Hunt. Julio. Russell fucking Gage. David Njoku. 20 lineups, ladies and gentlemen. That is my allowance. In the big games, that I don't lose my shirt if the lineups don't play out. Even when you think you're playing 150 and you think there's no possible way mathematically that I could possibly fucking lose, just something goes wrong. Something seems to go wrong to drive you batshit fucking crazy. Buccaneers D. Good old K-Dot. You know who's been the captain of a bunch of winning lineups in Buccaneers games? Fucking Ryan Sukup. Where the hell is Ryan Sukup? There he is. Last night you were in my room. Now my bed sheets smell like poo. I'm in love with your body. Cade York. Finally finishing it up. The Browns D. Alright, let's see if we can do this shit, huh? Let's do this shit. Do this shit right. Do this shit tight. Got the cannabis in my veins. Nick Chubb. Rushed 14 times for 19 yards and brought in all 3 targets for 48 yards. The Browns lost to the Bills on Sunday. Chubb got off to an encouraging start with a 17-yard reception on the first play of the game. But his down the ground was utterly forgettable. The star back's yardage total was the lowest of the season by far, while his production through the air was ironically the best of the campaign. Chubb's streak of 3 straight games with at least 1 touchdown was also snapped and he'll face the Buccaneers defense in a Week 12 home matchup. But the man is a beast. Tom Brady completed 22 of 29 passes for 258 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception in Sunday's win over Seattle. Brady was involved in a few miscues, most significant of which was an interception early in the fourth quarter that helped Seattle get back in the game. However, he also threw for a touchdown of 31 and 4 yards, his first multi-touchdown effort since Week 4 and his only second such performance on the season. Interestingly, the Buccaneers were heavily focused on the run game, which forced Brady to perform efficiently to post a solid line. That will be a storyline worth watching when Tampa Bay comes out of its bye week into a Week 12 matchup against the Browns. Mike Evans recorded 5 receptions on 6 targets for 54 yards in Sunday's win over the Seahawks. Evans appeared to be in line for a relatively strong game, having racked up 4 catches for 49 yards by halftime. However, he was targeted only once in the final 2 quarters to post his second consecutive effort of less than 60 receiving yards and without a score. While at least in part dictated by the game script, Tom Brady took to the air only 29 times, his second lowest mark of the season. And if that continues, Evans could continue to lose out on targets moving forward. But again, man's a bloody beast. Holy shit, Amari Cooper brought in 8 of 12 targets for 113 yards and 2 touchdowns, and the Browns lost to the Bills on Sunday. Cooper opened the scoring with a 25-yard touchdown grab just 5:58 into the game to cap off an impressive 9-play, 75-yard drive. He also found the end zone near the end of the contest on a 7-yard scoring reception and eclipsed the century mark for the second time in the last 3 games while facing a normally stingy Bills secondary. Cooper has one more game remaining to cultivate a solid connection with Jacoby Brissett, a Week 12 home matchup versus the Buccaneers, before Deshaun Watson takes over under center against his old Texans squad Week 13. Jacoby Brissett completed 28 of 41 passes for 324 yards with 3 touchdowns and no interceptions, and the Browns lost to the Bills on Sunday. He also rushed 7 times for 29 yards and lost a fumble. Brissett was clicking with Amari Cooper throughout the afternoon against the tough Bills secondary, hitting the veteran wideout on a team-high 8 occasions for 113 yards, touchdown passes of 25 and 7 yards. With the Browns failing progressively behind and unable to get anything going on the ground with Nick Chubb, Brissett finished with the second most pass attempts and highest passing yardage total of the season, as well as his first multi-touchdown effort since Week 3. Brissett has one more game remaining on the starting role, a Week 12 home matchup against the Buccaneers, before Deshaun Watson takes over Week 13. Christopher Daniel Godwin recorded 6 receptions on 8 targets for 71 yards and a touchdown in Sunday's win over the Seahawks. Godwin managed at least 6 receptions for the 7th consecutive game, though he showcased some more big play ability. He caught what turned out to be the game-winning touchdown from 4 yards away in the fourth quarter, also his first of the season. In addition to the score, Godwin accounted for 3 of the Buccaneers' 10 longest plays from scrimmage, highlighted by gains of 19, 18, 13 yards. With the performance, he's also topped 70 yards in 3 of his last 5 games. All right, well, Godwin's the keeper. We go through all these games. We know who the drop is. The drop is going to be Evans. However, we need to drop one more. Is Nick Chubb in there? Let's take out Brady. A situation like this, let's take a look at the Browns. Kick out. Cade York converted 1 of 2 field goal attempts in both extra point tries in Sunday's loss to the Bills in Week 11. York had a 34-yard attempt block. The third time in 4 weeks a field goal was tipped. He leads all kickers with 3 attempts blocked, which may be an issue the Browns want to investigate. The team may want to determine if there are protection issues on the line or if York's trajectory is contributing to the blocks. He's also had tries from 53 and 60 yards blocked. All right, compare it to Browns D. 1, -2, 11, 16, 19, 29. Oh, no, that's not good. We all know Ryan Suckup is always in a winning lineup. Suckup sent a 52-yard field goal attempt wide right, connecting on all 3 extra point tries in the Buccaneers' win over the Seahawks on Sunday. Succup's misfired on a field goal try for the second straight week, as he's also had a 52-yard try blocked against the Rams in Week 9. That helped lead to an underwhelming fantasy day overall for the veteran, but put his field goal percentage under 90%. But he does carry a perfect 13 for 13 tallying extra points into a Week 11 bye ahead of a Week 12 clash against the Browns. And he's got plenty of good games under his belt. However, we go Browns defense right behind them. Essentially a fucking slaughter stack. That would be interesting. David Bell caught 4 or 5 targets at 22 yards in Sunday's loss to Buffalo. Bell, a third-round pick in 2022, is seeing his role and usage increase as the season rolls on. He's had 10 targets in the last 2 weeks after totaling 11 over his first 8 NFL games, and was on the field for a season-high 64% of the offensive plays. While his 4 receptions are a season-high, Bell was a distant third behind Amari Cooper and Donovan Peoples-Jones in terms of impact. The rookie's high watermark came in Week 4 when he had 35 yards and his lone reception for more than 20 yards. Bell's growing role does give him some deep league intrigue, with Deshaun Watson potentially boosting the entire Cleveland passing game when he takes over Week 13. Consistent numbers. Bell, you're my guy. Fucking slaughter stack. That's the way it works out sometimes. That's the way it works out. Browns almost beat the shit out of Buffalo. Solid fucking team. Brady is here, so we're going to take out Evans. And out of this list, we can also take out Chubb. Now, Leonard Fournette is out. Why is that? Fournette will not travel to Cleveland, has been ruled out ahead of Sunday's game. Fournette was listed as doubtful on Friday's final injury report, so it always seemed unlikely the veteran would be unable to suit up. Expect Rashad White to see plenty of workload with the newly activated Giovanni Bernard also mixing in on the passing downs. Donovan, Peoples-Jones, and Rashad White. It's going to be one or the other. Here we go. Peoples-Jones brought in 5 of 6 targets, 61 yards, and a touchdown in the Browns' loss to the Bills on Sunday. Peoples-Jones checked in second in receptions and receiving yards on the afternoon for the Browns in another productive day in conjunction with Jacoby Brissett. He's logged 7 consecutive games with at least 50 yards. The speedy wideout also recorded his first touchdown of the campaign when he brought in a 2-yard scoring grab with 19 seconds remaining. Peoples-Jones has already generated a career-high 40 receptions and is just 21 yards short of his high-water mark of 597 yards while working with Brissett over his first 9 games. And he'll have one more opportunity to do so in Week 12 versus the Buccaneers before Deshaun Watson takes over in Week 13. So it's Jones or White. White is expected to serve as Tampa Bay's lead running back Sunday against the Browns, with Leonard Fournette listed as doubtful for the contest. Even if Fournette hasn't exited the second half of the Buccaneers' last game, Week 10 against the Seahawks in Munich, due to the hip pointer, White may have pushed his way into at least a timeshare with the veteran back based on how he performed in Germany. White took a career-high 22 carries for 105 yards in the win over Seattle. He now looks poised to get another chance to see a high-volume roll out of the backfield, but Fournette unlikely to be available with anything more than a limited capacity if he's active Sunday. Beyond White, the Buccaneers have Keyshawn Vaughn on hand to serve as a substitute, while Giovanni Bernard could be reinstated from injury reserve to serve as an option on passing downs. Even though he didn't draw a huge target in Munich, White displayed some prowess as a pass catcher in weeks 4 through 9 when he turned in an 18-128 receiving line on 21 targets over a 6-game stretch. All right. Who's got the most points? Let's go 13, 7, 20, 27, 31, 36, 43, 53, 58, 62. Peoples-Jones. I think Peoples-Jones has him beat. But I'd like to do both. If I could, run 2 Brady lineups. First things first. Bottom of the barrel here. The Leonard Fournette line. I'll give you that. There he is. I want to run the same fucking lineup. Cooper, Brissett, Godwin, but White instead. There it is. That's what I want. All right. Give me bottom of the barrel here. What do we got? Chester Rogers, nothing. Jerome fucking Ford. Returned 2 kickoffs for 49 yards in the loss to the Bills. Ford has been valuable on special teams, averaging 26 yards per return, third among players with at least 10 returns. Once again, Demetric Felton was inactive, so Ford appears to have the role locked up. All right, he's our front runner right now. Nothing on Jesse James. Nothing on Jakeem. Nothing on Geiger. Nothing on Tompkins. Nothing on Wells. Tyler Johnson, old news. Forrestal, practice squad. Dalen Baldwin. Mike Harley Jr. Harley Quinn. Jalen Dawn returned 2 kickoffs of 42 yards in the Buccaneers' win over the Seahawks in Week 10. The Buccaneers didn't have any punt return opportunities, but Darden still got his hands on the ball via the first 2 kickoff returns of the season. Darden failed to log a single snap on offense for the third straight game, however, so despite his speed, he doesn't have any fantasy viability at the moment outside of leagues that count return yards. Cleveland's return guy's good, that's what you're telling you. Dearness Johnson did not play on offense during Sunday's loss to Buffalo. Johnson's usage as a running back has decreased significantly as both Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt have stayed healthy. He popped for 534 yards when given an opportunity in 2021, but those that speculated on him in 2022 have been disappointed. Colt Keefe did not log a target over 23 snaps during the Buccaneers' win over the Seahawks in Week 10. The blocking first tight end recorded a reception apiece over the prior 3 games, but with Cameron Brate returning from a neck injury Sunday, his minuscule pass-catching role disappeared altogether. Keefe will have negligible fantasy value as long as Cade Otton and Brate are healthy in front of him. All right. All right. Nothing on Weston. Nothing on Mitchell Payton. What we got here? Felton. Healthy and active against Buffalo. Felton has just 2 touches on offense, with one as a returner this season. The hybrid back has clearly dropped behind Jerome Ford and is used only when injuries hit it wide out or running back. With Ford and Michael Woods healthy, there's no room for Felton. What about me? What about Felton? Old news, Schwartz. Should I take a look? Nah, this guy's the dick. Fuck his mother. Michael Woods. Not catch his lone target. Fuck his mother, too. Kyle Rudolph is inactive in Sunday's game against the Seahawks in Munich. Rudolph dressed each of the past 3 games and played fewer than 8 snaps each time out and recorded 1 reception for 8 yards during that stretch. With Cameron Brate returning from a 3-game absence Sunday and Cade Otton and Colt Keefe on hand as depth options, Rudolph wasn't needed as a 4th tight end in Germany. How the mighty fall. All right, Laird. Keyshawn Vaughn rushed twice for 2 yards and brought in his only target for 11 yards in the Buccaneers' win over the Seahawks on Sunday. Vaughn saw plenty of action considering he logged only 5 snaps from scrimmage, with Leonard Fournette's early exit due to the hip pointer opening some opportunity for the third-year back. If Fournette can't get healthy over the Buccaneers' Week 11 bye, Vaughn would presumably settle into the number 2 role behind Rachaad White for a Week 12 road matchup against the Browns. All right, that's interesting. They run those multiple backs. Faro Brown caught 2 of 5 targets at 13 yards in the loss to the Dolphins. Brown moved up to second on the tight end depth chart for a second consecutive game due to David Njoku's ankle injury. When Njoku is healthy, Brown's role is typically limited to being an additional man. He sucks at blocker. Keyshawn Vaughn is my guy here. Bang. We got Rachaad White here. We can go Keyshawn Vaughn again. However, there is also the option of Mr. Brashad Perriman. Logged 18 snaps on offense but did not draw a target during the Buccaneers' win over the Seahawks Week 10. Perriman was once again outpaced by fellow reserve wideout Scotty Miller, despite the latter playing on 4 fewer snaps. With just 2 receptions for 12 yards on 4 targets across a modest 55 snaps in the last 5 games, Perriman heads to the Week 11 bye with a negligible fantasy value. You fucking mother. Give me Keyshawn. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We got girls, but it's my weakness. Man, okay, Mike Evans is in the captain's chair, so we can't yank his ass out. So we can yank Nick Chubb. I mean, Briss and Cooper lit shit up, so we're going to pull Brady. Now, again, it comes down to basically Peoples, Jones, and White. You got Cooper in there already, so we can go White. I would go White. Or do we say fuck it? Do we just say fuck it? Can you get White and Brady and then pull Godwin? Let's see. Nope, because you need the $800. So you can pull White. This becomes a tough choice between basically Donovan Peoples fucking Jones. Essentially the same lineups you're running, but it's either Peoples Jones or Rashard White. I'm willing to go Rashard White here. You step it into the fucking running back role, double the running backs up. Although you can protect the running back role by having Keyshawn Vaughn in there. We shall see, we shall see. All right, we cut Evans. Cooper's already in there. So you cut Chubb. Peoples Jones. Fuck it. Keyshawn Vaughn. If I gotta keep alternating, I'll keep fucking alternating. Jacoby Brissett at the captain spot. So we're gonna pull Evans first. Unfortunately, it's not enough. So we'll pull Chubb. Line up Peoples Jones. Give him both his targets. Toss in a little Keyshawn Vaughn. We're seeing a pattern here, people. Again, we pull Evans. We got to pull Chubb. This time we'll take Rashard White. We get any access to anybody better coming up the list here? Harrison Bryant. What about him? Let's see what we got going on here. Bryant caught 4 or 7 targets for 41 yards in Sunday's loss to the Bills. Bryant once again led all Cleveland tight ends in playing time, en route to a season high in targets as David Njoku had workload managed in return from an ankle injury that cost him 2 games. Njoku could regain his usual role in next week's home game against Tampa Bay. However, pushing Bryant back down the depth chart. Leave the money on the table. Take Keyshawn Vaughn. Bada bing. Bada douche. Wanna sniff up your cooch? See, if I get rid of Evans, I'm fucked. So we'll get rid of Chubb immediately and go straight to Keyshawn Vaughn. Or here, actually, because we got rid of Chubb, this is where I'm going to take Jerome Ford. Slip him in there once. Or is that a dumb move? No, Keyshawn Vaughn's going to get in the fucking game. Yeah. Yeah, pull Ford. That was stupid. Oh, come on. Yeah, I didn't like that move. I was just careless. Oh, no, okay. No, flex. Really? Keyshawn Vaughn's 400, so I can't even get him. All right, then Ford it is. I'm not even mad. Keyshawn Vaughn's a $400 player. Oh, I see. All right, here we go. Same kind of thing. Rashard White. We can cut Evans or we can cut Chubb. I'm going to cut Evans since we got Godwin already. And I'll take Keyshawn Vaughn to back up Mr. Rashad White. All right, Kareem Hunt. Carried 5 times, 32 yards, caught both of his targets 22 yards in Sunday's loss to the Bills. Buffalo stifled the Browns' vaunted rushing attack, although Hunt found some room in the limited touches as a runner. While it may be mainly that Nick Chubb showed in the backfield, a gifted receiver like Hunt could experience a renaissance when Deshaun Watson becomes available in Week 13. Evans is out. Keyshawn Vaughn is in. We need Keyshawn Vaughn to come the fuck through, man, because we're putting his ass up in a lot of fucking areas here. Julio Jones recorded 3 receptions on 5 targets for 53 yards and a touchdown in Sunday's win over the Seahawks. Jones continued to serve as Tampa Bay's third receiver, though he turned in his best performance since Week 1. The majority of his damage came on a 31-yard catch and run for a touchdown early in the second quarter. It was Jones' second score of the season and second in his last 3 games. He also added a 17-yard reception to top 50 receiving yards for the second time on the campaign. Lose Evans. Back to Vaughn. I'm listening to you. Here we go. Here we go. Russell Gage. Todd Bowles said Gage won't play Sunday in Cleveland. Even with the benefit of a Week 11 bye, Gage didn't demonstrate enough progress in his recovery from a hamstring injury during practices Wednesday through Friday for the Buccaneers to feel comfortable with him suiting up this weekend. With Gage set to miss a 4th straight game, Godwin should operate as the Buccaneers' primary slot man. With Julio Jones, we'll get more opportunities to work out the perimeter opposite Mike Evans. I want to run that Julio Jones lineup again, but this time I'm going to pull Godwin instead of Evans. Oh, Godwin wasn't even in here. So let's pull Chubb for Scotty Miller. Miller brought in both of his targets at 25 yards in the Buccaneers' win over the Seahawks on Sunday. Miller continued to hold down a serviceable role in the offense as the number 4 receiver, and although he logged fewer snaps than Brashad Perriman, he was the only one to see the other two to see targets. Miller has produced 4 consecutive multi-catch games, but his upside is still limited as long as Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Julio Jones are healthy in front of him. As a matter of fact, fuck that shit. I want Miller in the captain's chair. With Donovan Peoples fucking Jones. David Njoku doesn't carry an injury designation at the Sunday's game against the Buccaneers, even though Njoku was a full practice participant at any point this week. Wasn't. The Browns apparently saw enough from him to conclude that neither his knee nor ankle issue would keep him out of the field Sunday. That being said, the Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski told Scott Petracchi of the Elira Chronicle Telegram on Friday that he was undecided if Njoku would see a major increase in his workload after the tight end played just 25% of the snaps, just 25 snaps, in the Week 11 loss to Buffalo, as he made his return from the 2-game absence due to the left high ankle sprain. If Njoku's snap count remains limited to some degree once again, Harrison Bryant, who logged 7 targets and a 75% snap share Week 11, may be able to maintain a prominent role at tight end. Well, doesn't that give us something to get excited about, huh? All right. Again, Scotty Miller. Trade Mike Evans. Oh, no, Harrison Bryant. So we're going to back up fucking Njoku with Harrison Bryant, just like they said to do. Here it is. Giovanni Bernard. Activated off injured reserve Saturday. With Leonard Fournette unavailable Sunday, it'll be interesting to monitor the usage of both Rachaad White and the veteran Bernard. While White has been notoriously good as a rookie receiver and pass blocker, Bernard is especially good in those 2 capacities. It's possible the team could use White as a runner while Bernard operates in the passing down sans Fournette. Or the team could simply utilize White however much as possible with the veteran mixing in on the side. Either way, it's certainly something to monitor with Fournette. Not a lock for week 13 either. Let's toss Chubb. Evans. Evans is our victim here. David Bell. We read about David Bell. We're going to give David Bell a shot as our sixth man. Buccaneers D. Lose Chubb if they're going to. Buccaneers D is taking control. Cade York. Since they won't give me. They won't give me suck up. Cade Otton. Brought in all three of his targets for 35 yards in the Buccaneers' win over the Seahawks on Sunday. Despite the return of Cameron Bray from a neck injury, Otton still outsnapped his teammate by a 46-34 count and also logged one more target. He appears to have Tom Brady's trust, particularly after hauling in the game-winning touchdown against the Rams in Week 9. And the transition from Brayton to Otton as the top pass-catching option at tight end is underway. His next opportunity to build on an already rookie-solid campaign comes in a Week 12 road matchup against the Browns, following a Week 11 bye. What do we lose here? Chubb. Can you get suck up? Oh! Oh, no, you can't. There he is. Probably not going to take Cameron Brate here. Brate brought in one of two targets for 8 yards in the Buccaneers' win over the Seahawks on Sunday. Brate was able to make his return following a 3-game absence and logged a solid 34 snaps, but that was still 12 behind rookie teammate Cade Otton. Otton also finished with one more target and 2 more catches, and it appears his solid play of late has pushed him ahead of Brate as the Bucs' top pass-catching option at tight end. Boom. So Suck Up gets the start. Brate, essentially, you're doing the same exact thing. You're going to drop Chubb for Suck Up. Here, let's see. We got Suck Up. So again, can we drop Chubb? Yeah, we'll drop Chubb. Gonna drop Mr. Chubb. Ooh, we get Geo. Oh yeah, already got. Well, I want the Buccaneers D. Who focus on Machida again, which is pretty much dropping Chubb. But here's where I'll. Ooh, Joku. Ooh. I want Suck Up here. I want to double kicker that shit. Yep, Suck Up's always around. Finally, Browns D. Let's lose Evans. And that's where we put Mr. Gio Bernard. Boom, ladies and gentlemen. Another 20 lineups in the books. May fate and fake decide your fortune if you should win. Spend all your money on the new Faro's Lounge Kickstarter. We're at 21 grand. I want to get to 25. I have expensive tastes. Peace, love, war, all that other shit in between.